video is sponsored by Pokemon.com, the best place to get yourself some TCG code cards. They are compatible with TCG Live, and you can of course get everything on the website for 5% off using the coupon code ZapDosTCG. This video is also sponsored by CARDMARKET.com. This is a European platform where you're able to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. I personally use it every single day, and you can do it as well. And you can use the referral name ZapDosTCG to help support the channel. This video is also sponsored by PLAYMAT.com. This is a platform where you're able to, of course, create your own custom playmat. They have, of course, capabilities to ship worldwide, and you can get 10% off by clicking the link down below. So definitely check it out. Last but not least is Dragon Shield, the best brand to protect your beautiful cards. You can of course there's links down below for US and European people, and you can of course get your best quality sleeves available, as well as deck boxes and binders. Thanks so much for sticking around with the commercials. I hope you enjoyed today's upload. If you do, be sure to let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button, and let's get this video going. What's up YouTube, it's ZapDosTCG here, and welcome back to another TCG video on my channel. On this channel you get daily Pokemon TCG content, so be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Today we're going to be taking a look at the meta right now. Paldea Evolved has been around for a couple of weeks. There's so many tournament results to be looking at. We have the late night, we have NAIC. So we're going to be taking a look at how the meta actually developed throughout these last couple of weeks, just to have a little bit of an understanding what to expect for the World Championships or for the new season. The new season has officially started, so you can actually start getting championship points through league challenges, league cups, etc. So that's going to be nice for newer players or people that want to, of course, chase that prestige worlds invite. We don't even know where it is currently, but you can get a head start by already competing in league challenges and league cups, and these will actually be impactful. This information that you're going to be getting in this video will be very good to have a little bit of understanding of what is popular, what is being played in specific decks, etc. So hopefully guys enjoyed this video. If you are of course enjoying the content, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. And with that being said, let's just take a little bit of a look, shall we? Currently we are at TrainerHill.com, the perfect website to analyze a lot of decklists and archetypes. So currently we see overall in the Paldea Evolved format is that Lost Box and Gardevoir are very popular. We do see that in the last couple of days. Gardevoir has even been the most popular deck as of late. In the last 7 days, it actually has a meta percentage of 17.5. So Gardevoir will be the most popular deck because it has an even matchup spread against most archetypes in the format. What else can we see is that Lost Box is very close here, 17.4 in the last couple of days, but has dropped down like a little bit in popularity as of late. Fusion Mew came all the way from actually having a 3% meta share overall, actually to the 8% that's actually getting the third most popular deck. So Mew VMAX is around, so if you're playing at the World Championships, bring a Drapion or bring a Spiritomb, or Mew will just run through day one of the competition. Also, we see that Baxcalibur chien-pao has seen an increase in popularity. We of course have Jared Grimes and Rowan to thank for that. Owen Rhodes, very crazy players that put chien-pao on the map. And there is of course Lost Box Tina also seeing an uptick in play, because Lost Box Tina is now the talk of the town. I don't even know if it's any good. I haven't tested it all too much because I really don't like Lost Box decks in general. Single Strike Lugia seems to be the most preferred version. Carlos Lugia fell off, and Arctina also still around, and Rapid Strike Urshifu also saw a huge uptick in play ever since Cyrus won her NAIC with it. So Inteleon Urshifu is a deck that is here to stay. Can of course get multiple prize cards with the fantastic Yoga Loop by its side and the Double Gunner. And then Arc Duraludon is just pretty much the same as it ever was. It's just Arceus attached pass, but now is including the Umbreon in the package. Has Lost Cities to deal with Gardevoir to put those Curlias and all the shenanigans in the Lost Zone, which is actually super nice. And United Wings also saw a little bit of an uptick, even though it's still a meme deck. Nobody played United Wings until, of course, Alex Szymanski put that on the map at NAIC, getting top 64 with it. And for the rest, like Miraidon is still, yeah, dropped down in popularity huge. Like it dropped down so much, and lost Gudra as well. So these seem to be not well positioned in the meta. So this is what we can see being a trend in the last couple of 7 days, is that you need to be taking a look at the popularity percentages here. Is that you can expect Gardevoir, Lost Box, Fusion Mew, chien-pao, Lost Tina, Single Strike, Arctina, and Inteleon, Urshifu mostly, as well as Arcdura. I think Arcdura will still see an uptick in play for sure. So now let's take a little bit of a look at the matchup spread, because I think matchup spreads are always super important to be taken a look at, because you want to be playing a deck that has favorable matchups against most of the archetypes. So we are still at TrainerHill.com. If you want to be checking out that website as well to absorb some knowledge, that's definitely something I can recommend. So we do have a table right here, which we can definitely take a look at. And we do see currently that all the decks are here, and decks like Miraidon, as you can see on the bottom here, have so low win percentages. So let's just move it out to this side so you guys can check it out with me. So Miraidon, probably not a deck I would play, has like bad matchups against Mew, has bad matchups against Lugia because they're playing Stonejourner, has bad matchups against Lost Box, so Miraidon not to play. So you can actually make sure that you can just take a look at these percentages to just get yourself an idea. Also, you can not always go out from it immediately that these are like the results, because a lot of new players and a lot of newbies, certain decks are playing at the tournaments online, and that could be squeezing these results. If your own personal testing doesn't showcase the same percentage, like win percentage against specific decks, trust your own testing. Your own testing is always key, but this is just to have a little bit of a glance. Mew has like 50-50s across the board. So Mew Genesect is a deck that never goes away, and it of course has 50-50s across the board. Has even some favorable matchups against chien-pao, has favorable matchups against Miraidon, but yeah, those decks are not that popular. And against Gardevoir, actually it has a 53 win percentage. That's because Mew is playing Lost Cities. A lot of these decks are playing Lost Cities, so Gardevoir is gonna have to maybe play Mirage Step just to overcome that aspect. So if you can Mirage Step, there's more Pokemon in play, so Lost Cities are a little bit less impactful. As something that you could try out. Lugia with the Single Strike package is definitely a deck that you need to be taking a look at, because Lugia is very strong. Lugia can, of course, have, if it gets the V-Star off and get 2 Archeops in the discard pile, yeah, and then get them out with the V-Star Summoning Star, it's almost going to be winning most games here. As you can see, has so many great things going with it. And I think this is the Carlos build, so we just need to put that Single Strike Tyranitar also in this, yeah, chart here, so we can definitely make sure that the Single Strike Tyranitar, let's see here, Single Strike Lugia, as expected, has, of course, some good things going for it. Most of them are around the 50% era, so that's actually not bad. Horrible Mew matchup, is that the thing? Because Meloetta can dunk you, I suppose. I think that's not great. Also, Mew has the capabilities to use Power Tablets, Echoing Horn as well. It's a scary card, Mew VMAX. So play your Drapions, folks. You heard it here first. Mew will be probably popular at Worlds, so get them Drapions while they're fresh. What else can we see is that Gardevoir has to be 50-50 across the board, except like Lost Box is its least favorable matchup at a 42%, and Fusion Mew also doesn't seem that easy. So if you're having a deck right now that you're testing for the new season or for the World Championships, make sure that you test against your bad matchups. Don't be testing out against your auto wins and stuff, because you're gonna get, of course, a good feeling good about it because you win, but you need to test your bad matchups and try out some specific deck cards. Let's say, oh, I always lose to Fusion Mew, or I always lose to this deck. Like against Mew, you can just say, I'll add Drapion in, or add Spiritomb in, or against this deck, I'll add in the Lost City, etc. So there's definitely room to improve your current deck list. Arcdura doesn't have the greatest Fusion Mew matchup, which we already know, and Arctina also is very... all the Tinas in the round can just snap the Reladon, so that makes sense. So you always have to practice your bad matchup. So this is the pie chart right now. Decks that are even across the board, like Lugia, I would say. Lugia, Gardevoir, Fusion Mew are decks that you don't have to worry about, oh, they're gonna overtech against me, so there's that thing. Okay, moving forward, we're gonna be talking about some results here. Currently sitting here at LimitlessTCG, checking about some results here. to have a little bit of an understanding of what the current meta is looking like. As we all know, Cyrus Davis actually, she won the NEIC with Inteleon Urshifu of all things, so this is a deck that actually will be put on the map right now, and if we take a quick glance at the 60, it actually is not respecting Mew VMAX. It's just saying, oh, there's Mew VMAX, I have an auto loss, but in that regard, this deck actually can come back with some great things, because if I'm being honest here, you win against Lost Box and you also have a great time against Gardevoir, because of course you can use the formidable Yoga Loop on these weak HP Pokemon. So don't count out this deck quite yet. I think it still has some spots in the meta, and I think it will see play at Worlds, because yeah, taking additional prize cards is very good. Then we have Arcdura Umbreon. Also going to be a deck that's going to get more popularized. So these are two archetypes that weren't popular before NEIC, but will be popular after NEIC. This is respecting Mew VMAX with the help of Spiritomb. Has, of course, answers with Lost City against Gardevoir. Has the Umbreon to hit for weakness as well. This is almost a perfect 60. Probably not a card I would change. Maybe the one path, because yeah, one path is not gonna cut it, right? Even though you have like 4 Ionos, you need it at the correct time, and the one path, if you slap it down against specific archetypes, they might just leave it be, and then you can also not use your own Arceus VSTAR, so as well, you can also not use Alakazam that turn. Alakazam is nice against Dragonite from the Lost Boxes, by the way. And then a bunch of Gardevoir shenanigans pops up. We've already seen most of these decks in action. If you want to see them in action, they are on the channel. Be sure to check out the videos. And this is a straightforward list. Has the penny for some Umbreon trapping, because with the Palpad as well, I like this combination, because with Umbreon and Arcdura being popularized, the mean look of Umbreon sometimes traps Greninja, or if you start with Manaphy, that is also a card you want to just have penny so you can get it out of harm's ways, and it's just a solid Gardevoir list for sure. There's also the Arcdura Umbreon with the Panic Mask shenanigans. Panic Mask helps against Gardevoir. So Gardevoir being heavily target, but it still has a high win rate. If we take a look at the Gardevoirs here, there were 3 in that top 16. Actually, yeah, 1, 2, 3 in that top 16, even more. 1, 2, yeah, even more. 5 in that top 16, that's a lot, by the way. There is, of course, the Lost Box, and that's probably going to be a Turbo one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Turbo with the 4 Sealstone and Pokestop. If you want to be playing Lost Box, that's also an option. So those NEIC results showcase that Gardevoir is still fantastic, and Arcdura Umbreon saw an uptick in play, as well as Fusion Mew being around as well. We've already checked out these results in full detail. But now let's see what the metagame did with NEIC being passed. So we've had NEIC. Now let's check out the last tournament of the bunch here. Currently seeing Full Heal Paldea number 5 with 168 players. And what can we see in that situation is that there is Arctina. Arctina with paths. They were, of course, able to take down the win with 10 wins and 1 loss. I understand why this deck is actually still good, because Path Judge is always something to think about when playing a tournament. Definitely if you're playing day 1 of Worlds, this might be an ideal pack for you, but it is very streamlined, attached pass. Sometimes with the attachment, certain decks can be faster, like Meloetta Mew can just KO you. Even if you have the Spiritomb, doesn't even matter when they're going to be able to KO your only Arceus in the active position, so having a bad Mew matchup. Also, I don't know if this has a great matchup against Gardevoir, because Gardevoir might just be a little bit more consistent, drawing more cards and KOing Arceus, definitely with Reversal Energy thrown in the mix. The Shining Arcana can uptrade, then you can easily take care of this one. I don't know how to feel about it. I think has not the best, although there's Path. But with all these decks, all these Guardians playing like at least 3 stadiums or 2 and a worker, it's actually going to be pretty tense for sure. There's Arcdura Umbreon, slowly but steadily establishing itself as a mainstay archetype. And this is what we come to expect from the list. So very similar. I think this is here in Rob's lips, if I'm not mistaken. So there's that. What else can we see? Single Strike Lugia. How does the updated list are looking like? Squawkabilly. We do see Squawkabilly. This list actually is hilariously not playing any fighting out. So instead of going for, oh, I'm going to Stone Journer and Arceus, or I'm going to go Single Strike. If you see a Duraludon, you automatically lose, by the way. So that is actually super scary. Maybe they want to, like, with the high amount of boss and Lumineon, try to KO Duraludon before it evolves. But if they can just evolve with Duraludon, you automatically lose the game. So a 1/1 single strike Urshifu VMAX might not be bad. There is a Lost Tina also around, and this is now playing more disruption than ever before with 3 copies of Path to the Peak. Even though you shut down your own Radiant Greninja, the combination of Iono with a Path is nice. I actually prefer Roxanne in this build, but they went for 2 copies of Iono, maybe to get into the game in the first place. The thing I always notice is, like, with Giratina, if you use Abyss Seeking, your Giratina gets instantly evaporated by almost anything in the format. So I don't know how to feel about that. Also, only having one out to, only one Cramorant in here is also something I don't really like. So, I'm not a big fan of Lost Tina, but a couple of people are giving it some credit where credit is due. So let's see how it will impact the results of the World Championships. Moving forward, there is the late night 116, and that was also with another Lost Tina taking it all down. And this Lost Tina is also playing 3 copies of Path, so heavy on the disruption. I currently don't like the Path because Giratina always has a hard time for me when I want to set it up. You only have like 2 switches, 2 escape ropes and 4 switch cards, so you don't have the maximum out, you don't have vacuum. So the thing I see here is that you want to use Abyss Seeking, and if you use Abyss Seeking, you're gonna get slaughtered, even though you have the late game Sableye to fall back on. Also, something that could be an interesting tech in here is a Torton, so you can come out of nowhere, like the things we did in the days of Lost Origin. But these are all cards you don't want to see in the opening hand. Let's see: Super Rod, Energy Recycler, Roxanne, Mirage Gate, Manaphy, and a bunch of energies, and maybe you start with Cramorant. This deck can break like crazy, so I don't know how to feel about it. It's best of 3 though at the World Championship, so there's at least that. But Lost Tina out there, then another Arcdura Umbreon, looks like it's here to stay, and this one is running that Luminous Energy. This is the package, very similar to the one that we see in top 8, and that is actually using 1 Luminous Energy, and also coming back with some answers to Gardevoir in the sense of the Box of Disaster. Very hilarious. If you get full HP, you get knocked out, they get 8 damage counter swapped onto them, which is helping out to knock out and screw the price trade against Shining Arcana. So there is that. Then a couple of Lost boxes, 2 of them. Let's see here. One of them is playing Kyogre. So Turbo with Echoing Horn Kyogre. We've seen this multiple times before. And then there is the other one, and that is actually playing with Pidgeot. It's been a while since we've seen Pidgeot. Pidgeot is actually very great because you can go for 4 Seal Stone and then instantly put it back in the deck, so it is actually not a liability. And it's also playing Kyogre. Should people be scared of Kyogre? Should people see it coming? Maybe. Kyogre is now actually getting more popular. A couple of Japanese players were playing it, so there's that. And also, randomly, there was a 10-4 Arceus Rayquaza that I really want to be checking out here. Arceus Rayquaza with the Armor Rouge, and the Armor Rouge allows you to move around your energies from the bench to the active. Meaning you can sometimes, with Trinity Nova, the following turn use Delphox to take a multiple price turn. You can attack with Radiant Charizard. You can also attack with Rayquaza, and also has the Azure Pulse or Azure, whatever it is, to draw cards. Has a little bit of protection against Iono, even though Path could be around. Magma Basin getting energies into play. A very, very, very crazy list, and it's probably more of a meme, so I would not be worried about testing against or playing with that. So yeah, Lost Box and Gardevoir not around in this, so maybe people are sleeping on Gardevoir, maybe they're tired of Gardevoir. Late night 150. Yeah, also there's one Gardevoir in here with Takiti from Japan playing that 5th place. Let's see what the Japanese players are thinking about Gardevoir. 2 reversals. Yeah, I like the 2 reversals. Allows you to easily attack with Shining Arcana in the early games, and they are playing Mirage Tap. So if you want to have an out against the one and only Lost City, Mirage Tap might be the way, to be honest. Definitely when you're playing 3 Candy, you can get some Curlias out and Candy up the rolls on the benches as well. So I think Mirage Tap is a sleeping pick right now. If you're playing Guardy, try it out. Maybe let me know what you think about it. Then, of course, with Late Night 115, we have Lost Tina again, probably with High Disruption, only 2 Path, and the Choice Belt. I like the Choice Belt and the Vacuum in here because the Vacuum gets you a little bit closer to 7 cards in the Lost Zone, and the Choice Belt can help to, of course, push to a higher number output, 310, maybe against Mew VMAX. Maybe you can then knock out something like a Lugia or an Arceus with a V-Guard energy. Definitely nice to have that choice belt. I mean, my initial list of Lostina that I tested a bit had also that card. There's Gardevoir Umbreon, and this is also the Volo. Really like the Volo in this specific 60, because then you can get a damaged Pokemon out of harm's way, which is actually pretty damn good. So when you can see at the meta here right now is that Fusion Mew season uptick as well as Gardevoir Umbreon, and I think a lot of people will go for Gardevoir Umbreon because it's an easy to play deck. Doesn't tie that much, and just can do everything it wants. It has Lost City, has Umbreon for gusting. This is just Fusion Mew. They have Crystal Cave to, of course, make sure you can heal a little bit of the Lost Box damage output, and is playing 2 Path. I'm a bigger fan of playing 2 Lost City because Lost City is more impactful in this format against a whole lot of archetypes, to be honest. Okay, a little bit further, we have the Deck Out Mondays. Let's see what's going on here. Miraidon won. Okay, that was very strange. You don't see Miraidon winning all that often. It is playing 2 Bravery Charms, putting your HP to bigger numbers. And this is with the Regieleki VMAX. Not even going for the Clef Keys, just additional damage output is all they want. And they have Electric Generator, so they're probably cheesing out games. I'll have 3 Lost Cities. Lost Cities in the Miraidon. Yeah, I love to see it. So Miraidon's still developing as always. There is a Palkia list. It is, of course, relying on the chien-pao, but is not using any Baxcalibur shenanigans. Instead, they just use the Star Portal to get energies into play, and also Melanie, because if you can do the Star Portal Melanie shenanigans, there's still a lot of energies in play, and then you can surprisingly still go with Cross Search Cologne Greninja play, and there is also Starmie, which can help against the Arc deck. So an interesting build for sure. Do you need Baxcalibur? Who knows? The cool thing is that without Baxcalibur, the opponent is actually not going to be targeting down Pokemon on your bench, which definitely is nice. Then there's another Lugia here. Let's see if they opted to go. Yeah, they have the fighting package in here, and they are playing Lost Cities in Lugia. What's going on? Everybody's on the yeah. I know Lost City is a strong card. I've been saying it all this video long, but there's that another Arceus with Rayquaza. Why is this getting so much play as of late? They have the Drapion for Mew. They have sniping capabilities, 1 prizer. Yeah, maybe we are sleeping on Arceus with the Rayquaza. Another Lostina, and then Arc Duraludon. Okay. And every single top 8, I've seen a lot of Arc Duraludon. Sunny Weekly, only 64 players, but we have a Lost Box winning, also Gardevoir. Yeah, Lost Box and Gardevoir seem to be the best choices going, and they also have the established 60s behind them. So this is yeah, the Lost Box Turbo build, not relying on the Kyogre, which is something I really prefer here. Then Gardevoir, let's see, they are actually established archetypes. Oh, they are playing Skyseal again. Skyseal's back. Is Skyseal the play? It makes you brick a little bit more because you don't have Forest Seal Stone, but the Skyseal Stone does allow you to take uptrade, definitely when you're playing 2 stations. Very similar to the EOIC Tort list, to be honest. And you also have the Penny to make sure you don't get mean looked out of the game. Okay. Looks like people are adapting into that popularity of the Gardevoir Umbreon, playing Penny in their Gardevoir lists. There's the Team Rocket Cup number 3. We don't see any decklists, unfortunately. Let's see, is there any other tournaments? The Hoarders Circuit Series. That is number 34. Lost Box 1 and a couple of Arctinas in that top 4 as well. So a Turbo list. Very established archetype. They are playing the Roxanne here, by the way. Roxanne for the mirror match is actually pretty strong, if I'm being honest. If you can put them down to a 1 or 2 card hand, that's great. Then there is an Arctina with Dunsparce. Why would you need Dunsparce? Let's see. Which fighting Pokemon are there? Urshifu, but they will Double Gunner, Radiant Alakazam, and then Yoga Loop. So the Dunsparce not doing anything. Any other fighting attacks? They could help against a random Galarian Zapdos, but you have Path to stop that. So I think this Dunsparce is not the way. Even maybe I'm not seeing everything, but I think this is not the way. We have Cleansing Gloves for the additional damage output, so you can slap 310 against Mew VMAX and Gardevoir. Yeah, this is just an established archetype, but it's very boring to play, to be honest. It's like Arctina, Path, Judge, Prey, but if they get out of Path, you lose. It's something like it. And also Turbo Lost Box is way faster. Meloetta can slap you, even though you have access to the Spiritomb. Fusion Mew doesn't care about Spiritomb, and they're all Fusion Mew, let's be honest. There's no DTE Mews running around. There is, of course, Arceus with the yeah, the Regidrago, which we did see in the junior division. So having, of course, drop power with refinement, body catch for the late game, and of having all different answers. We have Noivern being able to stop the opponent from attaching special energies or stadium cards, Path Lock, there's a Goodra for damage reduction, G max pulverization, solid damage output, and then the Lost Impact as well. So let's see if Regidrago can make its name. And we haven't seen all that Baxcalibur, even though it did reasonably well at NEIC. We don't see that converting into online results. I think people are more hyped on the Gardevoir, Lostbox, and Mew and Lugia engine. Also, the Urshifu always sees an uptick in play. There's a Mew, so if people not respecting Mew, they will run through you. So Drapion and Spiritombs are necessary in the format like this, or you will get overrun. And Mew does love the fact that there's a lot of Pokemon with 2 prizers that can start. Let's say they come up against Arceus, they can dong that. Up against Lugia, they can dong that. Up against Rapid Strike Urshifu, they can dong that. So Mew is not badly positioned right now. Single Strike Lugia, are they playing? Yeah, they are playing the Single Strike. You definitely need to Single Strike Urshifu VMAX. Otherwise, you instantly scoop against any Duraludon that comes into play, which is something you really don't want to be seeing. There is a Gardevoir again, 12 Psychic Energy, saying who cares about Reversal Energy if I have enough energies here. And again with Sky Seal Stone. So very similar to the EOIC build, by the way. I think it's almost the exact build to Temple of Sinnoh. I don't know why they are afraid of Lugia all that much, but it can also help against other archetypes like Urshifu, for example. If you can put that down, the Rapid Strike Energy no longer works, but of course they can have Artillery to fetch it out, but sometimes Artillery needs to find the Rapid Strike Energy, and they cannot do both when they get Iono, so maybe it's a protection against that deck, and Thierry, and also another top 8 for Arcdura. Arcdura with Hawlucha and Alakazam. I love this combo because with this, you're going to be able to slap to 20 on the first turn. Definitely with the double choice belt here, ending the game before it even starts. Love to do that. Love doing that back in the days with Galarian Zigzagoon as well. So yeah, lots of things that we see here that can definitely impact the results of the World Championship. There's also a late night invitational qualifier number 2. Lost Tina sees an uptick in play. Having Hawlucha. Also another dead card in your opening hand. Probably would not play Hawlucha, but it's nice against Lost Boxes, I guess, because Lost Box is your worst matchup for this deck because they can Sableye, Sprinkle, everything, and then take all the prize cards all together, being Iono and Roxanne Proof, which we see. I saw a countless amount of time before at challenges and cups and all that. So what else can we see here is a Lugia Single Strike again. Not respecting the Duraludon. That's something you cannot go for unless you think I'm gonna whiff all the Duraludons in the room. That is also something you could do. Sky Seal Stone with Lost Box. Also haven't seen that in quite a while, so that could be interesting. People are now hyping up Sky Seal Stone again, probably because Lugia is seeing an uptick in play, and if Lugia sees an uptick in play, Sky Seal Stone is actually a pretty good card. For sure. Another Lost Box here. It is also not playing Kyogre. It looks like Turbo Lost Box is the way. It's actually playing 2 Jet Energies as well. So Turbo Lost Box seems to be the way. Gardevoir has an established 60, and again an Arceus with Rayquaza. Am I really sleeping on this archetype, or is this legit? I probably will need to make a video about this specific 60 because it's popping up all over the online circuit tournament. So there's that. And then again, another Duraludon Arceus in that top 8. So if you want to just do well, play Arcdura Umbreon. It seems to be doing well in most tournaments that I've seen lately. Okay, last chance qualifier number 1. So these are tournaments with so many players. And here we have Inteleon, Urshifu being able to take it home, having access to Torton to come out of nowhere, and then Cheryl as well. Okay, this is the Torton is nice, but you don't have Luminion to fetch it out, although you do have Forest Seal Stone to come out of nowhere, so that could be a funky surprise play that the opponent doesn't see coming. Like, oh, you're bench locked, they cannot Medicham, loop, and out of nowhere, one of your Inteleons or Radiant Alakazam turns into a Torton. Hilarious. It could definitely be a case, or maybe Medicham is knocked out, then you can get it back, but with Ultra Ball, you can get it in the discard pile. Funky tech card for sure. They also have that 7th Water Energy. Lost Tina again, popularized with some Disruption elements. Yeah, Disruption seems to be the way with the Lost Tina. And a couple of there's so many Lost Boxes, Turbo Lost Box with Sky Seal. Okay, so many Lost Boxes in that top 8 is ridiculous. And more Lost Boxes. Lost Box is doing so well. With Forest Seal Stone. So and also people say like, oh, I will not be playing Lost Box because it is slow in a best of 3 format, but it's Turbo Lost Box, folks. It's not like slowing down. You just turbo through your deck, attack turn 1, folks. Lost Box can definitely be a play you can think about. And then one more tournament is the free entry tournament we're going to be taking a look at here. Lost Box winning again, and our first back chien-pao. So chien-pao with Palkia being able to make a name for itself, having the Skater Sparks to preserve some energies and having some pivots. Avery, low-key, one of the best cards in a chien-pao list for sure. And this is not using Bibarel, so a little bit weak to Iono as well. Okay, yeah, lots of Gardevoir and then Lost Tina. So that's a little bit of the meta right now. If I'm taking a look at the meta, let's see here, analysis meta. Let's take a quick peek look. Breakdown is that Gardevoir, Lost Box, Fusion Mew, Lost Tina, Single Strike Lugia are like the top 5 decks, but it could be entirely squeezed up because Arctura is probably coming into that top 5 regardless. So that is the meta right now in the Paldea Evolved format. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. Helps out in many ways. Hopefully you'll be able to screenshot a couple of decks that you want to be testing out yourself. Let me know your favorite deck down below in the comment section, and also I want to know what do you think will win the World Championships in the end. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you guys tomorrow for some more Pokemon TCG madness, and this was TCG. I'm signing out. Peace.